Welcome Polly Nichols, co-chairman of the Day One Luncheon to Parties Extra. We are at the Oklahoman studio in downtown Oklahoma City. I'm Helen Ford Wallace. Polly, welcome.
Thank you. Good
Glad
to be
you're
here.
And
Always.
You will be marking the 25th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing in 2020. And the Day One Luncheon is the kick-off event. Tell us about it.
Well, the Day One Luncheon it's the very beginning of our very special celebration of the 25th anniversary of the memorial bombing. The date is November the 4th, and that is 168 days out from April the 19th, 2020, which is the 25th anniversary of the bombing.
Oh, for goodness
sakes.
And it represents
a very meaningful date, as we will be able to remember and honor. There were 168 people who died, and we will be able to remember and honor each person one day as we move through the days to April the 19th, 2020. And we also plan to honor survivors and rescue workers, the first responders. I'm so pleased that we're doing that. And the very first words of our memorial mission statement are, we come here to remember those who were killed, those who survived, and those changed forever. And we're all, of course, changed forever, but I have to think that the first responders have certainly been changed forever. So we are so appreciative of the media. The Oklahoman newspaper, the Oklahoma City and Tulsa television stations will carry one of these vignettes each day. And that's a big commitment, and we thank you for it.
168. That's amazing. The luncheon is a time to share the National Memorial Museum's message of hope and resilience. So who are the co-chairmen?
Oh, wonderful Sarah Sweet, and her husband Kyle, and me and my husband Larry. So we are the co-chairmen.
And tell me about your involvement.
Sarah is a family member. Her father, Stephen Williams, was killed in the bombing, and I am a very blessed survivor from the Journal Record building. I'm also a family member, as my cousin Dell Higginbottom worked in the Department of Agriculture, and she was killed that day.
And we are blessed that you were spared.
Yes,
Polly.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So who are the speakers for the luncheon?
Well, we have really a very full luncheon. And former Chief Justice of the Oklahoma Supreme Court, Stephen Taylor, who is our current chair of the Memorial Foundation Board, will speak. And Bob Ross, who is head of the Inasmuch Foundation, will be the incoming chairman for the Memorial Foundation. They will both be on the program. And we have an amazing speaker, John Meacham. John Meacham is a Pulitzer Prize-winning historian, presidential biographer, author, and he talks about United States history and some of the critical and difficult moments that we've had in our history. And so what we're experiencing now is not the first time. So it's quite important for us to read about and to remember and discuss things that happened, our history, so that history does not repeat itself.
And this is his book, I think.
And this is his latest book.
What's it called?
It's The Soul of America, and I brought it for you, Helen.
I was going to say.
It's a very full read.
Oh my gosh.
Well, need to
he's going to talk about the importance of memorializing, and I think we all need to be reminded of that.
Very much so. That And memorializing and remembering are right at the heart of the memorial's mission statement.
And you all have done a very fine job over there. Really, you've memorialized who needs more memorializing. You have done just an awesome job over there.
It has been, and we've had a lot of help from many, many people along the way. And I also want to tell that John Meacham, a lot of people know John Meacham as he eulogized George Bush at his funeral when he died several years ago. And he did an absolutely wonderful job. And he's quite excited about coming to Oklahoma City.
How nice.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
That's great. So so you have a lot of volunteers
We have a lot of volunteers.
for the luncheon,
For
because
the
we're
luncheon.
still on the luncheon.
And it will also be introducing a theme that we will incorporate into the memorial probably for the next 25 years, and that is looking back, thinking forward. So we'll always be looking back and remembering and learning from what has happened in our first 25 years. Now we have the knowledge, and we've learned so much from these first 25 years that we're going to take that and we're going to look forward at how we can help more communities and more individual people who've had a traumatic event in their life. I am sure that most people don't understand how much we have already been working with other communities around the country and some around the world. Carrie Watkins, our wonderful executive director, has traveled to a number of places, as have many people connected with the memorial. And we've certainly been to New York City and Washington, D.C. for 9/11, and we were just in Orlando. Orlando was here. Same with College Station. And just recently, as close as Tulsa, as they are beginning to memorialize and learn from the race riots. So we've been doing that all along, but we're going to increase that.
Well, and this Day One Luncheon brings some awareness to that too. Do you have sponsors?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Good.
absolutely. We have sponsors.
Okay, and then tickets. Do we need to buy tickets? Where do they buy tickets? Do they go to the website or call
they
the
can go to
memorial?
the website now. Tickets are almost sold out.
Oh my, good.
So we are, if they are, when you call, we'll put you on a waiting list, and I'm sure that there'll be some room.
Perfect.
But we are almost sold out.
That's wonderful.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
so at the luncheon, the Capital Campaign will be introduced, so tell us about that.
Very important part of our 25th anniversary celebration is our $14 million capital endowment campaign. And this allows us to keep up and to enhance the memorial outdoor, the symbolic outdoor memorial, which requires quite a bit of upkeep. It's a large property. And the museum, to help us enhance museum exhibits, certainly the programming, the educational programming in the museum, and that educational programming is one of the most important things that we can do going forward. There are so many people in this state, and especially in Oklahoma City, I'm thinking it's about 65%, that either were not born or were so young that they don't remember the bombing. And so to learn from it, to keep up the Oklahoma standard, which is near and dear to our hearts, we need to have this $14 billion campaign, and I think we're doing very well so far, but it's quite important to us going forward.
You all have some other things planned, but along that line, you have, one of the things you have planned are the program's Better Conversations, which goes right along with that mission, it sounds to me like.
I really can't think of anyone better than the Oklahoma City National Memorial to bring better conversations to Oklahoma, and especially to Oklahoma City, for our people who live in our communities and the schools. We are so fortunate that Don Betts, who recently retired as president of the University of Central Oklahoma, has agreed to chair that effort for us, and that will be coming out fairly soon.
Well, they go to, they're going to
schools.
civic clubs, schools, churches, and speakers, but they're going to talk about the ability to resolve conflicts peacefully. And that's a skill.
Words matter. You know that more than anybody.
They do matter. And I just think that goes right along with all that. Okay, and also you're working with some sports venues.
We are continuing our wonderful partnership with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the Thunder this year has its second city edition uniform. And what's featured on that uniform is the Oklahoma City National Memorial.
Oh.
And it's been designed with a lot of work with Nike and the Thunder and the memorial. And there is a survivor tree on the belt, and the shorts on either side of the shorts will be the two gates of time that flank the outdoor symbolic memorial. And we're very excited about this. I think it's January the 5th is the first time it will be worn, and that's the first Thunder game, home game, in 2020. So we're very, very excited about that. I mean, I think all of Oklahoma City will be, and they'll also wear it on the road. And the Thunder also, in early November, will be at one of the games. The Thunder and the Memorial are giving each family of the 168 people who died a jersey, and it will be the city edition, and it will be personalized with the name of the person who died. And that's going to be given out at a home Thunder game, and we'll have 168 family representatives on the floor, and each one will be presented their very special jersey.
That is so dear. That's very dear. I love that.
And
that's great.
The day before the Day One Luncheon on November the 4th, we're going to gather family members and survivors and rescue workers together to tell them what's happening on the 25th anniversary. And so Jen Hatmaker will be there to speak with them, and that will also be a very special occasion.
Very, very, very all kind and loving. Very lovely. Okay, and then the 20th anniversary Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon Run to Remember. So that is coming up too.
That special Oklahoma City National Memorial Marathon is always the last April, in the last Sunday
That's a
in
big
April.
event.
That's it. The last Sunday in April is a big event, and this year, or the 2020, will be the 20th anniversary of the memorial. So we're celebrating.
You've got lots of celebrations going on.
We do, and there will be a new race course, and the race will finish and have its finish festival in Scissortail Park.
How cool is that? That is
very
great.
Cool. It's very cool, And sometime coming up in the next 2 months that we are going to have a special photo game as we reveal what the new way the Memorial Marathon is going to be run, and end up in Scissortail Park. And so there'll be photo hunt around that new pathway.
That is a great run. I mean, and people, how many participants do you all have on that run? I mean, you have a lot.
Well, we are about 25,000, 30,000. We're expecting probably more than that this year.
It's a great, all wonderful awareness for everything that you're doing.
Our Oklahoma and Oklahoma City sports organizations are joining in the 25th anniversary. The arts organizations are joining in. The Oklahoma City Ballet will have a special performance, and the Philharmonic will have a special performance performed just for the 25th anniversary.
How nice. That is wonderful. Well, so back to day one. Tell us again the day, November 4th.
We are on upcoming November the 4th, a Monday. It's at the Skirvin, and it starts at 11:30.
And if you want a ticket, you got to
Better do it
really soon. Okay, anything else about the memorial or the book?
I do want to give you,
well, you're
this
so
is
precious.
my gift to you.
Thank you so much.
It is a very full, I think I said, book. So I hope you enjoy that.
I will enjoy that a lot.
Good.
So, well, thank you, Polly, for telling us about the Day One Luncheon and for sharing your story about the bombing. I cannot believe it was 25 years ago. You're a special person to me and to all of Oklahoma, and we cherish your family's commitment to Oklahoma City. We hope this luncheon will be a wonderful tribute to everyone who's been involved throughout the years. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.